You know, in my live blog last night, someone commented that I always look so comfy doing this. And yeah, this is actually quite comfy. Good morning, happy Sunday, everyone. I'll just get right to it and say my low is I wish yesterday didn't end. Because, man, I tell you, yesterday is definitely going on my list of the best days of 2025 that I'm trying to keep track of. By far and away. Like, okay, well, I should probably explain. Obviously, again, my low is I wish yesterday didn't end. My high was I had went to Scat and Scatty, which, for those of you who don't know, it's spaghetti and game night. You usually play a game called Scat. And the game of Scat was as competitive as the Scatty was delicious. That's how wonderful it was. Last night is easily the hardest I've laughed in 2025 so far. Like, I'm sure at the end of the year, there's going to be days I'll add to that list I mentioned a second ago that are objectively better. But, again, this is by far and away the hardest I've ever laughed. At least this year. Actually, I should also elaborate. Like, in terms of my low, since Thursday, hold on, I've had like a pain like right here, underneath my foot, and I have no idea. Like I literally woke up, got out of bed, and then the pain just started happening, and I have no idea why. I mean, what's keeping me from straight up panicking is I know I've had a pain there before. I forgot what I did to get rid of it. I mean, I didn't need to go to like a foot doctor or anything. So, maybe it'll, I mean, obviously I'm going to keep an eye on it. But, for now, like, that's my only main concern. Well, that and the video I need to make today. Which, at this point, you guys already know what it is. The jersey was a dead giveaway. It is Championship Sunday. And back when the playoffs started, I had a top 11 list of the Super Bowl matchups I wanted to see. Right now, there's actually a chance that there's a 75% chance that one of them is going to be this upcoming Super Bowl. It's the Eagles and the Commanders against the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, here's the thing. Speaking as a Cowboys fan, I think I'll be honest, at this point, I've all but given up on my franchise. I really have. I mean, I'll still cheer for the Cowboys. If they win, yeah, I'll be happy. But with everything that's gone on, like, someone's just got to tell Jerry, you need to go home. Please. You know, yes, I'm aware that we hired Brian Schottenheimer. Who, from what I hear, is at least a decent offensive coordinator. So, needless to say, it does bother me that both of our rivals, the Commanders and the Eagles, are in the NFC Championship game. Even worse when you consider the fact that Kellen Moore, our old offensive coordinator, and Dan Quinn, our old defensive coordinator, are both participating in this game to some capacity, with Dan Quinn being the head coach of the Commanders. So the question remains, who do I root for? I mean, I would love to see, I really would like to see the Commanders take this. If we're being honest, the Super Bowl I think I would like to see, well, technically if I'm remembering my list, I actually had the Chiefs and the Eagles as number 3 of the Super Bowl matchups I wanted to see. As in that was like the highest of the remaining possible outcomes. But my heart's telling me to have be the Commanders and the Bills. Man, I have no idea. Like, I keep saying that the Bills could walk into Arrowhead and finally get one over Mahomes and the Chiefs. But it seems like for every Bills fan I see that thinks that the Bills are going to win, there's literally another Bills fan that has like zero hope that the Bills are going to win this. I shouldn't say zero hope. I mean, and here's the thing. Like, I can't bring it to myself to dislike the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. I like Kelsey. I like Chris Jones. I like Steve Spagnuolo. I love Andy Reid. You know, they're a group of very likable people. I mean, looking back on it, even when Andy Reid coached the Eagles, you know, I hate the Eagles as an organization. I could never fully bring myself to dislike Andy Reid. Or, for that matter, any of the Philadelphia Eagles players. Especially Jason Kelsey, who has outright publicly on, like, radios and Christmas albums made fun of the Cowboys. I should dislike that with great intensity, but I don't. Because Jason Kelsey's just a likable guy. I mean, listen, there's like a whole bunch of NFL players I would like to meet one day, of course. I mean, come on, NFL fan meeting an NFL player? Like, who doesn't want to do that? But yeah, like I can't, again, I hate the Eagles as an organization. And, I mean, I do gotta be, I'll say this. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna completely forget the fact that the Eagles fans booed Santa. But at least as of late, they've gotten a little bit better. Like, I think at the last Eagles game when they beat the Rams, there was one Eagles fan that absolutely terrorized like a Rams fan. And said Eagles fan like got fired from his job because of it. So it's actually one instance where cancel culture is actually being a good thing for once. Sorry I keep going back and forth between AFC and NFC. There's a lot going in my mind if you can't tell. If nothing else, the Bills, I still think the Bills are capable of going to Kansas City and winning. I mean, for one thing, don't give Mahomes the ball back with 13 seconds left, for starters. Like, just make sure Josh Allen has the ball longer than Mahomes. And if he does, don't let Mahomes have it at the end. Please. I mean, gosh. And not to mention, like, going into this season, I really was terrified for the Bills. I really was. Like, they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost, like, some key players, like, they were supposed to go into rebuilding, and this season wound up being better than the previous 2 seasons for them, in some ways. And 2 years ago, I really thought the Bills were going to win it all when they got Von Miller, who's having a phenomenal playoff season, by the way. You know what's interesting? My father made a comment the other day saying that Mahomes really is like the stereotypical quarterback that doesn't like getting hit, like a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers. Like, he does not like to get hit. And when he gets hit, he finds it absolutely frustrating. That's why the Bills were able to beat the Chiefs earlier this year. I think the Bills can do it again, but Arrowhead is just not going to be as accommodating, which makes sense. It's Arrowhead. Like, Arrowhead and 12-man are like, and the Superdome, are like the three stadiums that are like the most hostile environments. Well, technically any away stadium is a hostile environment. And you gotta give it up for the Commanders. They've been doing really, really well. I mean, when my Cowboys beat them earlier this year, I really thought that, the Cowboys were starting to turn a corner, but, injuries got us and everything. I don't know. There's so many things to like and or dislike for any of the four teams playing today. Man, listen, if you couldn't tell, I am in no way, shape, or form an NFL analyst. You don't have all the stats or the numbers or things written down in front of me to look up. Honestly, what I'm saying right now is just coming out of whatever I remember that's gone on this season. I mean, both times the Eagles have played the Commanders have done really well. And it's possible for the Commanders to do it again. All right. Sorry. This is hard to do. I think I made my choice, though. Right now, listen, in regards to the NFC Championship, as a Cowboys fan, either pick is going to completely frustrate me. For this one, I'll let my head do the thinking and say, I'll let my head speak for me and say the Eagles are going to win. For both my head and my heart, I'll have the Bills winning tonight. I think we're going to get an Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. And the two questions on everyone's mind is, can Buffalo finally win a Super Bowl? And can they beat a team from the NFC East? Because if you recall, all four times the Bills have lost a Super Bowl, it was always to a team from the NFC East. They never played the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but, it answers, let's see if it can happen. Actually, fun fact, with the exception of Dallas, every city that's affiliated with the NFC East has been our nation's capital. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember this, but New York City was our original nation's capital. And then later it moved down to Philadelphia. and now it's at Washington, D.C. A little fun fact for you. Well, I think that's the order. At least, I know for a fact, at least at some point, both New York and Philadelphia have been our nation's capital. Actually, I think Philadelphia might have been first, because that's where they signed the Declaration of Independence. Maybe. I forget. Yeah. So, let's go Buffalo, and I should wash my mouth out with soap for this. Go Birds. I hope y'all liked this video, and if you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled that I made this video for all you guys who watch and enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.